Okay, so I finally managed to build a fully working executable file. It's here, and I want to start showing my program right away. So this is how the main window looks like, and just to make it more understandable, I want to change it into English, start it over. So as you can see, there are three languages: English, Swedish, and Russian, and there is also an option to sort list. It's basically sorting list here. For example, if you want your students to be sorted in alphabetical order, like for example starting with A and all the way down to Z, I can show you. So if we open the file with our students, well, right now it's just a lot of digits, but those two are actual names. So if we enable this option and just reload the file, we'll see that, oh wait, you need to start to restart the program. So now you can see that those are at the bottom, because that's how sorting function works in Python. So the main window looks like this. There are basically four different functions. The first one is groups by number of students in a single group. So you just enter how many persons you want to have in a group. Suggested numbers are, yeah, for example, 8, 9, 12, 18, 24, and 36. If you enter a really huge number like 72, it's just gonna select 36, because it's quite impossible to make 72 groups, or yeah, to have 72 students in a group. So it just chooses the closest value. For example, I don't have 5 in here, but if we select 5, it's actually gonna select 6 instead, because it understands. Well, no, it selected 4 because it's more, I know it's closer. I don't really know how the function works, because I don't see the code right now, but basically it chooses the closest value. And now you can press the button save list, and the list document with the groups is going to be created. So we have 18 groups, and you can check that those are the same. Yep. And if you want to remix and save it once again, you'll have a different document, and the name is gonna be with a different digit. And even if you restart the program, how do I open it? Here, nope. Yeah, even if you open it once again, and we'll try to create to save list, a new file is going to be created. It's not going to rewrite the first file, because there is a function that checks if a file is present, and if the file is present, it just goes to the next value, and if the next value is already there, it just adds 1 plus, or yeah, 1. So it'll never rewrite any files, which is kind of cool. The second option is how many groups do you want to form. Here you can enter any value, but if the value is gonna be bigger than the amount of students, for example 74, I think an error will pop up. Oh no, but it's gonna be really lame, so we just will stick to, for example, 4 groups, or even 17. Now we can save it. Yeah, they are same, as you can see here. So next option is really interesting, because here you can place students in your class. So basically pick places for them, and I choose those two because 73 is a prime number, which means that it can only be divided by itself and 1, and 16 and 3, or 6 and 13 are the values that allow that's able to look that way. So we would only have one student in the last row, but because of my optimization, the 2 students left will be in the last row, so no one is gonna be alone, which is kind of cool, because no one wants to be alone, of course, and you can save it. And it takes more time because it's much more information to create and generate. So the file is generated, yeah, and it works properly, so the student isn't placed here. The last one is fairly easy. It's just random order of students. Oops, how do I drag it down? Well, it's stuck now. Yep. And you can also save it. This option is literally the same option as browse, but instead of choosing a file, you can enter the path to your file with students. So I just find it here in my computer. Let's choose that one. Submit. And so we have chosen this file instead. And now you can delete students by clicking a button on your keyboard. It's delete, or just pressing this button here. So you also have binds in on your keyboard. You can also return them, but you can also use a combination on your keyboard, Control, Shift, and Z. So the last function here is reset list, which allows you to restore or reset all the students. And you can also do it on your keyboard by clicking Control, Shift, and N. I think that was all I wanted to show you. About window is just information and credit to me. Yeah, I can also show you some translations. Russian is the most horrible one because it was really hard to translate the text into Russian, because it has a lot of plural forms which are very different depending on what you want to say. Yeah, so it's in Russian. I think that was all for now. I'm really happy that I could build an Excel file. So right now I can give the program to any person and the person can use it. The only thing I hate about my program is that it sometimes can be slow due to me using a lot of global variables and not optimizing my code, and also that I didn't really bother to make it beautiful, so it's just a simple GUI. Yeah, but it was my first program ever, first serious program. Oh, status field, yeah, I can also show that. So for example, if you choose a file that doesn't contain any students, an empty file, it'll write an error because no students are present. How the hell will you be able to continue? But if you do it once again and choose an actual file, well, this was a bad idea because it was some random file that didn't contain any students, but still it contained some strings. So the status will update and you'll be able to form groups again. Yeah, I think that was all for now. Thank you for watching the video. Bye.